we peep into her living room, and we see our principal is dressed up like a baby with a big diaper, and she's like feeding him. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And we end up knocking something over, a big like tower of muscle milk just falls on top of us, knocks us unconscious. We wake up. You're duct taped to a high chair with a diaper on, being force fed muscle milk. John has a big diaper on, and he's being force fed laxatives, and he's just shitting nonstop with just this big smile on his face. And I'm in one of those baby like play things, that's electrified. It's like hooked up to a car battery.
Welcome to the Fantasy Cast podcast, where three grown men pass the time by sharing their deepest, darkest fantasies. Here we go.
Let us know when you're ready to rock and roll, John, because I've got something
I'm ready. I'm recording.
Wanted to hit you guys with.
Yeah, I'm recording. I'm recording too, Nathan, so my recording should be good.
Okay. I was
John, what are you drinking?
Jack and Coke.
Oh. Diet?
Yeah.
Yeah, my man.
It's actually Bullet bourbon.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh, Bullet's really good.
Pretty good.
I don't drink it, but I always give that as gifts to friends and stuff. It's actually one of the smoothest whiskeys out there, and it comes at a reasonable price.
It's not bad.
It's not too strong. But it's gonna satisfy the whatever whiskey drinker that you have or bourbon drinker that you have in your family around the holidays.
So Nathan, I cut you off just to get leverage on you because you came off so strong.
Yeah,
I hope it put you in your place, and I'm hoping you can tell me what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna talk more about Bullet bourbon, but we can scrap that. I think we've given them enough of our money, of our time here. Oh, so I was gonna say that I was talking to Mike, and I was thinking about how each of us as individuals are not particularly great partners, to the people in our lives. We have our flaws, but I was thinking the three of us together as one, working as one unit in some kind of polycule situation, could make one person very happy. I think the sum of all of our strengths, we would be the perfect partner for somebody.
Yeah, I could see it.
Who is this person?
Yeah, who's that woman?
What's their deal?
I'm not sure I'm not sure what their deal is, but let me paint a picture of how I imagine it. Okay, so you have John, right? He's coming home. He's the only one of us that actually is capable of gainful employment, so he comes home from a hard day of work, and he's just completely disconnected, detached, walks into the house. Person's like, hey, it's so good to see you. He's like, hey, walks right by him, right out to the back porch, lights up a cigarette, pops a Diet Coke, and just stares off into the woods, like into the darkness behind his house, 1,000-yard stare, and just chain smokes, completely disconnected. Now, that is obviously has its problems, but, a lot of women will find that very attractive. A lot of people will find that very attractive. Then you have a guy like me. I'm the kind of guy who will go and hang out, like go to the job with a woman, go to her job, hang out in the lobby of her office building, wait for her to finish work, like try to meet up with her when she goes out to lunch with her coworkers, extraordinarily clingy, don't know what to do with myself without her around or her constant validation, 100%, like very pathetic and unattractive in that way because I'm so like scraping, and everything I take as a slight and demand some kind of reconciliation of some kind. Yeah. And then you have a guy like Mike, who's just all over the place, really hot, really cold. He's the kind of partner who would like throw a big fit in the morning, dump her lunch in the trash. And then when she's at lunch, he'll call in bomb threats to every restaurant in like a 5-mile radius of her work, so she just cannot find food anywhere, and then she comes home just absolutely starving.
I'd taunt her. I'd call her and ask her if she ate lunch. and ask her, recommend places I know that aren't going to be open.
Or you call the one place that you didn't call in a bomb threat to, and you just order her a side of white rice.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that. Some kind of mind games.
Food's coming on the way, and it takes like an hour. It takes a really long time, and it's just white rice.
Yeah, just steamed white rice. That's
like
it.
like a Caesar salad from a Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah. So
you know,
then
it's weird.
Then she comes home and Mike's got like a 4-course meal, prepared, welcoming her in, rubbing her feet, just being just really hot and cold. This morning he just couldn't be bothered to have anything to do with her. And then she comes home and he's very affectionate. All that to say, I feel like the balance of all those three types of people would be the perfect partner. All the strengths of those kinds of personalities would be the perfect partner.
How do we satisfy her, like, sexually?
Oh, I was thinking about that too. I'm glad you asked. So, John, you're the kind of guy where you're just like, hey, come over here. When you're feeling the urge, you'll just like move on it,
Right.
But you're also just kind of in it for yourself. So you'll just get off and roll over and go
as I can. Yeah.
Go to sleep. I'm just so pathetic. I'll just take whatever scraps are thrown to me, in whatever capacity I can.
Yeah, and Mike's like an art. Mike's like an art. He like chisels away at it.
Mike is like just the most insane, passionate, crazy sex you've ever had, and then will completely withhold sex as a power move.
Yeah, he's like a guy that can make he knows how to make a girl squirt.
Yeah,
but then I'm disappointed that they decided to have sex with me afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like on like a random Monday or whatever, you'll just completely send them to cloud 9 sexually, and then when it's your like anniversary or something like that, you'll completely deny them any kind of gratification.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, I just want to watch Industry, catch up on Industry. I order a bunch of Thai food, like $80 worth of Thai food, and eat it in the kitchen. I mean, in the living room.
You keep talking about how full you are and how all the salt gave you a headache.
That's really good.
Yeah, so I think that could. I think if we would have played our cards right earlier in life, I think we could have ended up in a situation like that. And the thing is that this person would not be able to turn us against each other in any way. So there'd be no like psychologically leveraging each other.
We all live together?
Yeah. We're in like a little community. So if I'm being like overbearing and needy and clingy and just totally pathetic, she can't leverage that against John's distance or your craziness.
Do we talk to each other?
Yeah, we do talk to each other, but it's never about her or anything involving the relationship. We just like intuitively know not to buy into any kind of splitting or pitting ourselves against each other. Like, for example, like you spaz out and push her car down a hill, and she has to take an Uber to work, something like that. She can't come into me and be like, oh, I need you to, knowing that I'm such a doormat pushover.
It all balances out perfectly.
Yeah, like leverage my eagerness to people please. To satisfy.
So, all right.
Like you're part of the relationship.
Okay, so you'll be needy, and that's disgusting to her after a while. After there's fallout from some argument we had where I'm acting totally hysterical and crazy. Then she gets really cold to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's not being very cool, let's put it that way. And then it takes someone like John to step in to, like out ice them.
Right.
And like really, It balances out. It's like a cycle.
Yeah. She's fed up with my over eagerness. So she tries to make me push me away by having sex with John in front of me or making it very obvious that like she's doing that. And it just doesn't register to me in that way. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have the impact that she thinks it's going to have. And that's what I mean by like she can't play
That's when you know it's time for you to go into the garage and work on like a birdhouse or something.
Yeah, and I'm just unaffected by it. And so it's just taking all of our positives and negatives at face value and finding, spinning that into a nurturing relationship. There's no like interplay with us against each other or,
And we never have to confront ourselves in any way either. We never have to change.
No.
Because around the time the consequences would start piling up, someone else takes over.
Exactly. Yeah. There's always
That's
a pressure valve. You never have to. Yeah, like I never have to be with the like insatiable neediness that I have that can never really be satisfied by a partner for too long, because John will step in or you'll step in and that part of me will just completely shut off, and I won't. I'll be fine.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's something I was thinking about.
That makes sense.
Just being the perfect partner. The three of us together, I think we could be the perfect partner to somebody.
I think that's absolutely true. Something to dream about. It's never going to happen. I mean, we'll always be a disappointment to those around us, those that are counting on us, and those that we've made a life commitment to, and those that can't get away from us. I have some notes for tonight. I don't have a fantasy at all. I'm just gonna free ball it here. And
we have somebody sent in a fantasy.
Yeah, that's on my list. Don't worry. I don't know if you guys have anything, but I thought I would say this blurb about emailing or calling us right off the top.
Sure.
Okay. If you have a fantasy, if you're a listener and you have a fantasy and you've been sitting on it for a while and you want to hear it, sometimes actually this is about being creative, really. A lot of people out there have a hard time finding time to be creative. Do you guys have that problem ever?
Always.
Oh, we all do. The thing is that if you want to make a change in your life, you have to make the commitment to yourself. Write down 10 reasons why you should be creative. Look at it every day. Say it every day. And once you get off the ground and do a little bit of what you want to do to be creative, stop right there. Okay, because that's when the dopamine hits. And so it's like 5 minutes once a week. Stop. Okay, write it down. Go online to social media or something and post what you did. Okay, and then just wait like 3 days. Do it again and just keep seeing like if you can get more people to like respond to you online. That's kind of like a good way to get it started. But anyways, if you have a fantasy or something and you'd like to submit it, please send it to fantcastpod@gmail.com. I'm really starting to like think we should stop doing this because rarely do people email us. Or you can also call us at 312-767-7943. Every day is a challenge. I'm losing faith in the podcast. I'm not seeing people participating. I'm not seeing the numbers go up. I see people every now and then. They say, yeah, I listened to an episode. I get it. That's not really what it's about. I really envision this as being like more in people's lives. And I feel again, like that kid that's in Wet Hot American Summer that's broadcasting to no one. I sometimes wonder if I died and this is all like an illusion. And it's just like a fantasy of a ghost. And I'm dead and you guys are dead and we all died in a car accident or something together. So also something else I'd like to clear the air. Okay, so that's fantcastpod@gmail.com. If you have a fantasy, please send it in. We're going to read one today from a very talented person. Or you can call us at 312-767-7943. You can keep it anonymous if you want. So what's going on with Twitter? We keep posting on Twitter to literally no one. And, when I'm in a bad mood, sometimes I'll go on Twitter and I'll go on my Twitter and just see people saying the stupidest shit. I don't know who any of these people are. And I just start venting. And then I go to on the Fancast one and I start venting some of my tweets out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Then I look at them later and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What do you guys think about this? Should we just delete it? Like, what's the point of having this thing? It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
The Twitter?
It's fucking it's absolutely embarrassing. What is the point of this?
Yeah, I
The
don't know.
only people who like it is me. And even I stopped liking them.
Yeah.
I don't even like them myself.
I think everyone thinks it's like a bot account, maybe.
Yeah, I think they think it's like a porn account.
Yeah.
Just on first glance.
Little Wayne did face little. I'm not going to read. Some of these Nathan did. Some of them I did. I'm not sure. Nathan, what are you thinking when you're posting on here?
Well, I was seeing the ones that you were doing. You know, so I'm like, okay, is this what we're doing on this thing now? So I would just scroll. I thought maybe you had a strategy to try to like, like once you if you post a certain amount, then you get like more, popped in different people's algorithms or something.
I just follow. It looks like I follow like a bunch of like bots, and then I complain about how many likes a bot gets. Like it'll get like 10,000 likes, and it's like it'll be like Miyazaki rambling about something. I'm disgusted seeing people liking this guy. You guys make me sick. 10,000 likes. I don't know what to do. There's no point.
What is the the Twitter handle?
It is fantasy cast P.
Well, I'm seeing.
I've never seen it.
I really like yours, Mike. I think they're really funny. I'm going to read a couple of them out loud. Do you mind if I do?
Go ahead.
Okay, so we have
just trying to provoke people.
Yeah.
And no one ever takes the bait ever.
So Stephen King says Salem's Lot trailer is coming. It's a good one. You post. The first one sucked, and so will this one.
It's stupid. To me, I think it's funny.
No,
but I know there's a million other idiots out there saying the exact same thing. They're using it in the same exact way, and they get the same amount of attention.
Yeah. There's this one of these guys dancing. NLE Choppa's dancing.
Oh yeah, this guy freaks me the
with
fuck
his shirt
out. This guy creeps me out.
Shirt off, and you post the way these young men are expressing freedom fills me with joy and takes the edge off of our puritanical culture. So I don't know. I think they're funny. Related.
This one of the guy getting a haircut's really funny to me.
What does it say?
It says this kind of precision and craftsmanship can't be replicated in a lab or on a computer. Anyone who says otherwise needs to be severely punished.
That's Nathan.
The guy getting a fade.
Yeah, you're right. That's why I guess when I read it, it's like invisible to me because it's such a stupid, boring thing to say.
It's just like it's only funny because I know one of you.
Yeah, I know.
Wrote it.
That's weird.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about the podcast.
Yeah.
So I saw a spike in our listenership recently of like 20 people in one day listen, and I'm like, there's nothing that we did to bump this, and I'm wondering why. And I saw that it was on Sunday, and I think people think our podcast is a fantasy football podcast.
Oh fuck!
And so we get like a bunch of
maybe we should
football fans.
Maybe we should cater to this audience.
Yeah, maybe we should put a picture of a football in it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Like a sexy football. Trick a bunch of people who think they're getting, fantasy tips of who they can pick up off waivers.
We should do that.
Just our perverted fantasies.
We should do that. Actually, fuck it. In fact, I'm going to re-edit the profile right now.
This Twitter is really funny. You're mad at Bill Hader?
Hey, fuck it. Why are people like this guy? Who cares?
Is that his house?
No, it's the Criterion collection, DVD collection. Like you care about what foreign movies Ethan Hawke likes.
Right.
The people keep sharing it. It just makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Mostly because I think we deserve more. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's so much. You posted way more than I thought you did.
I was going through something a couple weeks ago.
I thought you were only posting the podcast. I didn't know that you're actually like.
I don't know what John. I don't know what to do.
It's funny.
I don't know what to do anymore. I think we should wrap it up. I think we should pretend we're a fantasy football, ultimate fantasy football podcast. DM us your erotic fantasies.
Nathan, do you still have top shelf money?
No.
I see like remnants of Top Shelf money.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain what that was? What was going on in your life at that time?
Yeah, so Top Shelf Money is a similar to you, Mike. I was on Instagram and I was looking at all these just like the dumbest memes that just aren't even funny. You know, it would be a picture of like SpongeBob with like superimposed like red eyes, like he's stoned, and it would say you know, the feeling when the weed hits or something like that, and it would have like be reposted like you know, 1 million times or something. I'm like, this is fucking insane. Like, how do these like dumb memes get so much traction? So I'm like, I bet you I could make a meme account, make my own memes, and get a bunch of followers. And so I spent about 6 months, I want to say, just making the dumbest stoner memes that just ended up being extremely weird and
you got
funny.
Really, yeah. Mm-hmm. Go on.
And you know, just bizarre. I ended up getting like 3,500 followers, I think is where I topped out, and then I just you know, kind of got burnt out.
But you also were trying to make like other accounts fight each other over stolen memes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little subplots in there. Like I really got into drawing pictures.
Pulled up.
Drawing pictures of different like minor Instagram celebrities, like fan art. It's just very bizarre.
It says
what is it?
Top Shelf Money, artisanal, original hand cut memes, up and coming meme artists, best memes, best clit, all laughs. I love all my own memes. And your last clit, or your last post is Stephen King's clit.
So stupid. I felt like when you were doing this, I could tell you were you got so in touch with the character.
Oh that, yeah. I was there. I forgot there.
It seems like you were possessed. Like you couldn't turn it off after a while.
No, there were narratives that were taking place in the comments.
These are so funny.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's very hypnotizing because you get like people respond to it. You know what I mean? People will be like, "This shit is fucking funny" or whatever, and so you then get like motivated to want to do more of it. You know, you're like, okay, these people are actually engaging with this stuff, so you just get sucked into this fucking vortex. Before, and then you don't know which way is up. You seeing any of them that you like, Johnny?
I love all of them. I thought it was really funny.
Okay,
it's so stupid.
For example, there's one, and it's a otter. He's sticking out his tongue, and there's a Photoshop hand. It looks like the Grinch's hand holding a tab of acid with Bart Simpson on it. I'm exhausted already. It's on top. It says turn on, tune in, and then it says drop the fug out. And then there's a long description that says the only time I did acid is when Gooch and Assyrian said I should take it before jury duty because then I could say I was legally insane and they wouldn't pick me up. So I said I'd take half a tab, and those jokers gave me 1/2 and put the other 6 in my monster soda. So by the time I got there, I was tripping like shit. I maintained and answered all the questions perfectly, got selected to the fucking jury. How I don't even fucking know. Basically, it did the opposite, and you spent the next 2 weeks at a trial for a dude who crashed his car into another dude's fence, shaking my head. And then this is 2017. I feel like this is early on.
Yeah.
This isn't when.
Well, didn't you like give the account to someone else?
Yeah,
eventually?
A buddy of
like
mine.
They're not all yours.
No, a buddy of mine out here was helping me with them.
I think we need to do that.
Yeah,
for the podcast.
Do you see this one? Vin Diesel with a Mountain Dew shoved in his mouth, and it says, "What that mouth do, ho."
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should do this. Just anything for attention because
and then you sprinkle in stuff with the podcast.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah, maybe this is.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I can't get through to anyone. I mean, I can't even.
Do you want to read the one that we got in the mail?
Yeah, let's do it. This is good. It was a real inspiring thing for me because I was ready to pull the trigger. I was ready to cancel it, tell John, Nathan, let's not do this anymore. John doesn't like it. Nathan, I feel like it's like hurting Nathan's life, like his relationships and stuff. And me, I just thought it would be fun, but I don't know if it's getting anywhere. So this was really a breath of fresh air. We got an email yesterday. Nathan brought it to my attention at 4:15 p.m. one day ago. The title is My Fantasy Pussy Eating Class I won't give their email, I guess. It doesn't matter. I emailed them. They said I can use all the info. Okay, this is the email. My name is Gus. I'm 24 years old and currently working on a PhD at the Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science in the Netherlands. Last year, my father remarried and his wife is smoking hot. Slim body, rockin' tits. And I know that she enjoys anal sex because I've heard her screams of pleasure in the night. This is a big problem for me. I think about my stepmother almost every time I stroke. Anyways, one day we were rollerblading and my stepmother discovered that I am a virgin. She advised me that I should enroll in a pussy eating class. I told her that I refused to pay for sex, not due to any moral objection, but because it would be embarrassing. She went on to explain that it is not prostitution at all, but actually scientific research, a collaboration between an esteemed sexologist and a cutting-edge biology researcher. The students do not pay for sex. In fact, the volunteers are paid for their time. I gave this some thought and ultimately decided to sign up for the pussy eating class. The project took place on 4 consecutive Sundays. The first Sunday, we were taught the basics of cunnilingus. Our laboratory partners were recently widowed women. My partner was easy to please and provided lots of helpful tips and nonverbal feedback. I left class feeling like a rock star. The next week, I learned some advanced breathing techniques and visualization exercises with a guest instructor and laboratory partners from a local ashram. I ate the pussy of an advanced yoga practitioner and drank a little bit of her pee. For week 3, we actually ate the pussies of retired prostitutes, using latex barriers for protection. I was not really into this, but it was for science. The final week, the primary investigator let me know that I had scored highest in the class on the cheek flushing and leg shaking metrics. For this reason, he was assigning me to eat the pussy of a young woman who was just diagnosed with anorgasmia and anhedonia. Basically, she was depressed and had never experienced sexual pleasure in her life. My assignment was to make her come using only my mouth and my intellect. I used my own tiger technique for about 20 minutes. I imagine that I am a baby Bengal tiger. My partner's clitoris is visualized as my mother's nipple. I also growl and purr and make other cat sounds. I am proud to say that I made this young woman come for the first time in her life. After that, she invited me out for coffee and we got to know each other. It turns out we have a lot in common. She is also a PhD student and a virgin. We started dating. Once a week, I eat her pussy and she gives me a through the pants hand job. Our relationship is growing and I feel very attached to this woman. I no longer think of my stepmother each time I jack. Maybe someday, after we complete our PhDs, we will be married. Wish us luck. That's the end.
Oh God, I love a good love story, a fantasy, a super hot sexual fantasy that ends in love.
Yeah, that's cool. And that was Gus, 24 years old, PhD student at Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science in the Netherlands. That's Leiden, Gus.
Man, that's a great fantasy.
Sounds like a bright guy.
Yeah. So look him up, check him out. What do you guys think of this? Like,
starts Bengal style, was it?
Yeah, he like developed his own technique called Bengal Tiger, and he imagines that he's a baby Bengal tiger.
So he works the clit like it's a tit.
Yeah, and I guess like he must be in
Not
like
a bad idea.
a stance of like a little baby tiger. So what does that mean to you? What do you guys, when I say that, what does that mean to you guys?
Makes me think that this guy knows how to get small. You know what I mean, get tiny.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking that too. Probably like folds his shoulders
Yeah, just
inward.
just kind of hunches down and just becomes a morsel for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe even like tucks his knees under his chest.
Yeah,
And he's just like a little nugget.
Yeah, and he
in
can
between
coo.
your legs.
He just makes cooing noises.
He's got to
like
be generating so much heat too, just like this little hot nugget.
Yeah,
he's got the. I'm picturing some purring going on there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's got some purring going on. He's probably doing some throat work. That's where you put your throat like across the clitoris, and you make the purring noises.
And you're staring upwards, like right into their eyes.
Yeah.
Mouth closed.
Yeah.
Totally fake flat face.
Yeah. So the guy can get tiny. He can get plus 98.6 degrees, above 98.6 degrees.
Yeah,
like
he can give himself a fever.
Give himself a fever. He can. He's got throat work, purring. That's a great.
24 years old.
All this at 24. Jesus.
24-year-old working on a PhD and getting a PhD too. So this guy's like really smart. Probably been studying his whole life. Still a virgin. You know what I mean? And it sounds like his father remarried, so he doesn't mention his mother in any way. He only has this stepmother who's like super hot.
You might be the only guy in the entire field of computer science in the world that knows how to eat pussy too. Imagine the advantage that gives you.
Well, I don't know, man. They might be just pumping these guys out. You know, you ever think about like your life decisions and you're like, I fucked up. I should have like stayed in school, because a lot of these guys, it sounds like they're coming out and they like know like how to live and like talk to people, and they have jobs lined up, computer sciences and stuff like that, and they know how to like do these moves. Wait, is this a fantasy or is this like a true story?
I don't know. Either way,
who is this guy?
His name's Gus. He's 24 years old. He's currently working to get his PhD at the Leiden Institute of Advanced Computer Science in the Netherlands.
What's his email?
I'll bleep this out, but it's tom-james-999 at proton.me.
Do we know this guy or no?
I don't know. Proton.me is I think that's like to give you like a fake email address.
Okay.
So we might know this guy. I don't know. I don't know whose fingerprints are on this. I can't pin it down.
So there you okay. So
this is a fantasy. He knows to send in a fantasy. That's what we asked for.
Yeah.
So
it's a fantasy. Yeah. No, there's no fucking pussy eating school.
I mean, because if this actually happened, like it's actually like pretty fucking scary. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I was like talking like it was real, and it was like my reality was like starting to shift.
I just want to know if it's a friend of ours or if it's someone that listened to it.
I think this is this guy. I think it's this guy who's into fantasies.
That's so he's talking about, in this fantasy, he's talking about like a school where you can go to learn how to eat pussy. And I'm imagining like you get a certificate at the end, right? How cool would it be to have that up on your wall of your bedroom, or to have it on like your Tinder profile? It's going to give you the edge over a lot of other guys. Plus, let's say, here, think about this. You're in a field that is slowly becoming obsolete, like you're a coal miner, or you're into fracking, or something like that, like a job that isn't going to be there, and you need to reimagine like how your whole career. You take a couple classes at this pussy eating school, get some training, get a whole new perspective on life, get some skills, get a certificate, go back out in the workforce. Not to say that you would, be a sex worker, but that skill set could prepare you for a lot of different careers. Nursing, therapist.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a therapist. You get that diploma.
Masseuse.
You get that certification. That's not just for that. That's that can be translated into a lot of different stuff. You can be a consultant. You're a therapist. You know, you have to like open up your mind when it comes to these things you take on. You know what I mean? Like podcasting, for example. Like I can turn that into some sort of what can I spin that into? Those skills, Nathan.
Bartender.
Or John, bartender. Okay, well, okay. That's not exactly the kind of job I should be interested in at this time in my life. John, you're looking for new jobs. How could I spin this like on a football fantasy erotic podcast? How could I spin that into like another job?
Maybe
not to like make it about me, but
maybe working at like a library or something like that.
Okay, that's good. That's actually really good to hear.
Or like maybe like an AV guy, you know, at a community college or something like that.
Okay,
cab driver.
You know, we're like learning how to record and stuff, so you could open a recording studio.
Okay, this is good.
All sorts of stuff.
So you think this? Do you think this guy's like better than us, like this fantasy, or what? What do you think?
Oh no.
Okay, what's your criticism then?
I don't. You need to go to a school to eat pussy. I mean, come on, it's just human nature, you know.
Wait, go on. What do you mean? It's human nature.
It's like you're born with nature. It. Yeah, either you know how to do it or you don't.
So you think it's just like you just kind of know.
Yeah, just this little rich prick going to pussy school. I learned the hard way. You learned the hard way. Yeah. Nathan learned the hard way.
My dad sat me down with a whole carton of pussies, and he's like, "You're not leaving until you eat every single one of those."
That's crazy. That's a different generation.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was pretty good fantasy.
Okay. No, it really was. You know, so I applaud. I think Gus for sending something in. It takes a lot of courage.
He's rollerblading. He's rollerblading with his stepmother in the beginning.
That's sexy.
And she kind of it's kind of implies that like she kind of knows that like he's listening in on their session a little bit because she's like, you know, you can learn how to do this.
Yeah, she's a pro.
She probably went there pro. Too. It kind of is like she probably was one of these people that went to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Gus is onto something. It takes a lot of balls to put yourself out there like this and
yeah, with that fake email, Gus. Thanks.
John hates him
Thanks for showing who you are. We're all friends here.
Yeah, I hope more people send emails. Gus, you fucked up. We got your email. You just made the biggest mistake of your life, you little fucking worm. Nathan doesn't want to talk about Five Nights at Diddy's. He thinks it's low. He thinks it's actually like pretty fucked up. I think it's fucked up that he's being prosecuted at all. I think it's a conspiracy by the Republicans to take him down. I think it actually relates to like creating bad publicity for Kamala because Diddy was connected to Obama. We all know that Kamala is basically Obama 0.5. So I just want to make that clear. I really don't think that Diddy did anything wrong. I think it's racist. I think Republicans are Klansmen, and I don't want to make this a big political thing, but let's move on to something else. Have you guys heard this term, mommy bear engaged?
No.
When I say mommy bear engaged, what does that mean to you?
It means like a protector, right? Like mommy bear's going to protect everyone.
Yeah.
I remember when you said that your sister rolled her eyes at you when you told her to listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
And then your reaction to that was mommy bear engaged. You just fucked with the wrong person. And then you went on to talk about how you're going to pull her hair.
Yeah. Mommy bear engaged. I feel like I had a couple mommy bear engaged moments on the playground. Have you guys ever had that where you see another, people go to the park to socialize their children so they can have fun, but then also act really paranoid and scared of you They think that you're a sexual predator, but are also equally afraid that you're going to judge them at the same time. It's just a world of fear we live in. Yeah. And my daughter saw some kid playing t-ball, like the plastic bat t-ball, goes up to him and starts, just waving her hands around and just being a brat. I mean, I can't control her. And this guy gives her a baseball mitt. He's like, here, use this. You're supposed to use this. Grabs her hand and sticks it in a mitt. She didn't care. But that was almost a moment where Mommy Bear was completely engaged. You know what I mean? Yeah. This guy's got a little mustache. He's wearing a little marathon shirt. You know what I mean? You don't touch someone else's kid.
Yeah.
You
don't.
And I also feel like if I was in a situation with you guys, I feel like you can get Mommy Bear with your tribe too,
Yeah. Yeah. How do you see that playing out in a tribal sense?
Well, we've been working on this vacation for the past 5 years. It's going to take $5,000 per family to rent out a cabin in Florida or something. Maybe it'll happen later down the line. One of us wins the lottery.
None of us work.
Fucking never. And let's say we're at the beach. We're on 4-wheelers. And we're just we're not drunk. We're sun drunk. You know what I mean? We've been getting silly all day and we're just... By that point, we're all working out a lot because we're all underemployed. So our bodies are super fucking fit.
Yeah. Are we on Kratom?
Yeah. Well, in Florida, you don't get Kratom. You get Kava.
Yeah. We're all crunked out on Kava and Delta 9 gummies.
Exactly. So yeah, we're lucid dreaming while we're awake, but we're also we're all alphas. We're in the Eagles. You know what I mean? If you're not an alpha, you're not in the band. So we're always egging each other on, and it comes to body blows a couple of times. We're on 4-wheelers. I don't know, Nathan. You take it from there, man. What do you see?
We go, So okay, we're driving down the beach. We're in 4-wheelers. We're tipsy and loopy on Delta 9. Dreams are flashing in front of our eyes. We're both simultaneously violent towards each other, but also hyper affectionate.
That's cool.
And I picture us we're doing donuts, and John loses control of his 4-wheeler while he's doing donuts, and it capsizes and it flips around and rolls over where a guy was set up on the beach, and it crushes his umbrella and knocks over his cooler and shit like that. And the guy was dipping his toes in the water, so he didn't get hurt. But he comes back and he starts yelling, what are you guys doing? This is crazy. I'm gonna call the cops. Mama Bear engage. Nobody talks to John like that.
Yeah,
I don't let anybody talk to John like that.
John's hurt.
Yeah, he's sitting over there facing away from the guy.
Did I hurt myself?
Yeah, John's hurt.
Okay.
Well, no, in this fantasy, you're not hurt, but you're hurt that he's yelling at you.
Okay, yeah.
You're turned away, you're holding back tears. You're like, man, this was an accident.
Yeah, you're you're angry at him for being angry at you.
Yeah.
I felt you're yelling at him, I fell over.
Yeah. I feel like I want to cry, but there's no real reason to cry. I'm just upset that I'm in a situation. Yeah,
you caused yourself. Yeah.
You're in your mind, you're the victim here.
Right.
It was an accident. You lost control of your bike. It could happen to anybody. Your 4-wheeler.
Right.
So I step in and I start tapping the guy's chest with my finger, and I'm like, you don't talk to him like that. I don't let anybody talk to him like that. I would kill somebody for
okay,
him,
I'm back. As my mama, in my method of being Mama Bear engaged, I get quiet. And I step back. You know what I mean? And I'm circling behind him. And my face is totally expressionless. You know what I mean? And my pupils get small. Let's put it that way. It's I'm an animal. It's engaged.
Yeah. You know what happens? I don't know. I guess we all beat the guy.
beat the shit out of him. You're jabbing him in the chest. John gets up and he's crying. He's crying. He's angry. He's like, look at my fucking arm. You know what I mean? And John starts kicking the guy's stuff. Why is your shit here anyways? Your shit shouldn't be here anyways. It's a public beach. It's totally fine if it's there. And He shoves John. You know, and we beat him, and it's ugly. It's an ugly beating. You know what I mean? Like, it's scary to see us in this way.
And we have a moment where we see, we like have like a pang of remorse. We're like, man, what the fuck did we do?
Yeah.
You know, like we really fucked this guy up. So
we're scared, like we might be like permanently brain damaged or something.
Yeah. So we take one of John's the wheels of John's 4-wheeler that he totaled.
Yeah.
We take the tire off it. We jam this guy in his ass in the tire, so he's like sitting in it like an inner tube.
Yeah.
You know, like on like a lazy river, and we shove him off into the Gulf. Yeah. You know, hoping he eventually hits Cuba.
So we kill this guy.
Kill him.
Oh, I mean, we don't know if he's dead or not.
That's
but
cool.
We beat him severely.
No, I mean
unconscious.
Yeah, we kill him. That's what happens when Mama Bear is engaged.
Yeah. When
Mama Bear people poke Mama Bear like all day long for me. Someone driving down the street fast. A young single woman passing me on the sidewalk won't like not acknowledge me, is scared of me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
People reading your thoughts.
Yeah, people thinking that I'm on edge, and that makes me really defensive and angry. You just tell by how they walk by you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm sitting on the bus. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sitting on the bus. I'm across from a guy.
Yeah.
This fucking guy's trying to read my thoughts. He's trying to listen to what I'm thinking about. And I catch him doing it.
Like, so what would you be thinking of? What would you be thinking about?
Nothing. I'm thinking about, oh, man, I wish that they had, you know, cigarettes that you could smoke that aren't bad for you, or some stupid thing like that.
Or like a back scratcher that's like, it's compactable and it's like okay to scratch your back like wherever you go.
That'd be cool.
Like on the bus, for example.
Yeah. And this guy gets into my thoughts and he's like, that sounds like a fucking stupid idea. What's wrong with you? You idiot, you know, and so this guy's trying to read my thoughts while I'm just trying to mind my own business. Mama Bear engage. I start flipping out, yelling on the bus, and screaming at this guy about how he's trying to read my thoughts. He needs to cut it out. So I'm onto him.
Dude, for real though, one time I was on the bus and this huge schizophrenic guy, he looked okay. This huge schizophrenic, like young guy was intimidating the whole bus. This is for real, true story. Mm-hmm. He was in front, and we're all like, there was like a young gay couple in back, me and like maybe like just like some middle-aged guy, and he's looking back at us from the front of the bus, and he says that he's screaming at us. He's like, "Y'all gonna have a hard time using your technology when it's all underwater." You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I start laughing. He's like, "What the fuck are you laughing at? Keep laughing." And then this couple was laughing. He's like, "You two keep laughing too." You know what I mean? He like was eyeballing us and announcing all of our nervous reactions.
Yeah.
So was it like something like that? Did I engage Mommy Bear with this guy?
You might have.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're playing with fire there.
Wait, what did you do?
I was just nervously laughing, and it was my stop. I was like, I gotta get out of here. This is pretty scary. But it was just my stop.
Yeah. He might have taken a bite out of you.
Well, it's always a gamble when there's a schizophrenic person on the train or bus. You're like, you know, you're gambling like while they're pacing back and forth and saying they're gonna muttering to themselves, "You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me?" You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which has also happened. And you're like, do I get off early or do I? Because I'm going somewhere. You know, I'm going to work. I'm trying to get home. It's like I don't. You know, you're pushing your luck. Like I want to get home. I want to get to my stop. So luckily, my stop came up. Is this
guy going to make a move or not? You know.
Yeah.
There was a guy. I was taking a Greyhound. I think I might have mentioned this on here.
I think I know.
But this woman was coughing really bad, like really fucking bad, and this old man kept getting up, and he turned around. He's like, "Stop fucking coughing. Just fucking stop it already." And she's just like, "Sir, I can't stop. I'm sorry. I'm sick." And he got up and he threatened to punch her. And I grabbed him and I went, "Was Mama Bear engaged?" And I was like, "Don't you fucking touch her." And I got in his face And I thought that everyone on the bus was gonna like think that I was like hot. Like I thought I might get like a blowjob on the bus because of this.
Yeah.
And no one gave a shit. Everyone wanted this woman to get hit because she was so fucking annoying.
She was faking it for attention.
She coughed for like 8 hours straight.
Got everybody on the bus sick.
Everyone was sick.
So they were angry at you.
They were no one wanted her to get hit, but she probably should have gotten off the bus and gone to a hospital.
I see.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been traveling like that.
No.
Huh.
But I engaged Mama Bear for sure.
Yeah. Did she at least thank you?
Yeah. Because I'm a protector by nature.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
That's why I try to stick around you as much as I possibly can.
That's always been your role in the tribe, you know?
Yeah, protector. Hey, I got to get some ice.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a LaCroix. I'm thirsty.
Do you,
You're on your own, Nathan.
Oh, okay.
Keep it rolling. We're an hour in. We need 15 more minutes, okay? I'll be back.
Yeah. I have a full-blown fantasy.
Hurry up. You get some stuff out.
So I was thinking what a cool movie would be. It's like a romp. And it's about a bunch of like a group of poly people at a college, polycule, I think they call it. And they realized through some kind of like legal loophole or something that if they expand their polycule up to say 8 people, there's like 6 of them in it right now, and let's say there's 4 of them in it, and if they expand it up to 8, then they get their own fraternity house instead of this like shitty student housing that they live in, and they have 48 hours to do it. So the whole movie is a romp about how they have 48 hours to recruit and find 4 people to join their polycule so they can get this like nice big frat house. I was just talking about a movie idea I had, Mike.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
I have a full blown fantasy. I don't know if we're doing those tonight or if we're just.
I say we save it, you know, unless you really want to do it.
I'll see what John has. I don't know if John has anything.
Okay,
but
I figure we mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes the pressure is too much, you know.
Yeah.
To deliver just like great fantasies, week after week after week, sort of.
Yeah. Well, I have just a quick one to riff on. It's one with you, me, and John in it.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
we're all in high school together, and our brothers are we're like playing N64 in the basement or something.
Okay.
And our brothers are call us up, and they're like, we have older brothers, and they're like, you guys got to get the fuck out of here because we have some women coming over here, and we need every single inch of the house free because we're going to be fucking up and down this entire house. You guys got to get out of here. So we leave. Like while we're talking to them, they're like semi-erect, like working out, like doing hog work, like, you know, oiling up and waxing and shit like that.
Yeah.
While they're talking to us.
Yeah.
And so we go out and we're walking down the street and like, man, what do we fucking do? This shit's boring. And then we see our principal from our school walk into a house of this like notorious hot older woman that there's been a lot of rumors about, you know, that she's like fast and loose. So we sneak into her house and we peep into her living room, and we see our principal is dressed up like a baby with a big diaper, and she's like feeding him. And I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And we end up knocking something over, a big like tower of muscle milk just falls on top of us, knocks us unconscious. We wake up. You're duct taped to a high chair with a diaper on, being force-fed muscle milk. John has a big diaper on, and he's being force-fed laxatives, and he's just shitting nonstop with just this big smile on his face. And I'm in one of those baby like play things, you know, that's electrified.
What do you mean?
It's like hooked up to a car battery.
Like
you know, so I can't get out.
Thing?
Like a pack and play, you know, it's like
gotcha.
a crib that's on the ground.
Yeah.
Sorry, hey Nathan, is this your fantasy?
It's like
no, this is just something I was thinking about.
You just run, okay.
Yeah, and I managed to get out, and I free us all, and the woman ends up getting arrested and goes to trial, and she gets convicted, and she's getting sentenced, and the judge is like, "Can you talk on your behalf?" And she's like, well, these boys came into the house for a show. They wanted to see a show. And I ended up taking them hostage and all this other stuff. But I never ended up giving them a show. So I think a good punishment is if I were to give them a show they'll never forget. And the judge is like, that sounds good to me. But I can't let you have sex with them because they're minors. So you're going to have sex with their brothers. So he clears out the whole courtroom and invites our brothers in. And they just really passionately and delicately and tenderly make love to this woman in the courthouse. And the judge has his like feet up, and you can tell he's not wearing any pants under his robe. And he's just like spinning a yo-yo back and forth and like chewing gum and watching. And our brothers are holding this woman up in the air the whole time. Her back never touches the surface, And they're just making love to her. And we're sitting back watching and we're like, man, this is a hell of a show.
What's our when the brothers are kicking us out? Like, how are we responding to that?
There's nothing we can do about it.
Like, are we like, damn, or are we like, okay, we'll see you guys later, bye?
We're like, fuck, man. We all we wanted to do was just hang out and play video games, and our stud brothers are putting us out. And what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're like, we know they're studs, and it's no competition.
No, they won't. They don't want us around. Like even if we wanted to stay, we couldn't. Even if we were, they need the house clear.
And we're like, we get it. We understand.
Yeah,
it's pretty hot.
Do you have
It's cool. I like it because it's like the whole society is horny.
Yeah, top to bottom.
And it's like even the justice system is like really a horny place, and they enjoy witnessing sexual pleasure.
Yeah, they do. I had a vision of as our brothers. John, you're in this fantasy too. As our brothers are making love to this woman, the judge is like twirling around with his eyes closed, just like enthralled in just the passion and the vibes of the event.
He's twirling.
He's just really losing all inhibition.
That's cool.
It's almost like a ritual or something.
Just the odor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, did you have an actual fantasy?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Let me go.
Yeah, Mike was telling me that I couldn't do a fantasy this time.
Why?
I don't know. It's because I don't have one.
Oh.
And if you guys have one, then it makes me look really bad.
I think we did pretty good tonight.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I thought we say mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
that's
fine. With
that. Okay, cool.
I'm fine with not using this really good fantasy I have.
Sit on it and let it.
Actually,
what's up?
What if I just start it and you guys like work with it? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I don't want to take it from you. If it's a good idea,
I don't care. It's not that good. I came up with it like an hour ago. It's not great.
Give us the gist of it.
The gist is I'm an ex-Marine. I took a bunch of shrapnel to my face because of a friend of mine fucking around. And I took some shrapnel to the face, and I no longer look the same. My jaw is gone. Just a hideous blob. And he moves on with his life, gets married, has a kid, and I get all these reconstructive surgeries, and I finally come back after 8 years, and I'm really fucking hot. But I'm also mentally retarded because of the amount of shrapnel that is just everywhere. Mm-hmm. But I go between being I go between revenge and being a baby. Like I go back and forth. That's the gist of it.
So like it's an erotic fantasy. So you're like going
it's erotic,
into
but
his
it's
life and like having sex with everyone. This is where I take it.
Okay.
You want to get revenge, and you're a big baby, so you're going to use diabolical yet baby tactics. So you're sleeping with these people that are part of his life, like seducing maybe not only his wife but his woman on the side, but then also like kind of like shitting in the bed and playing with it maybe one time. You know what I mean? But you're really good looking. I picture Channing Tatum would be really good at this.
That's exactly who I picture.
You know, because he looks like a brain damaged baby.
Yeah.
And he's squinty. You've never seen his pupils before. And I don't know. I feel like you would appreciate this. Like he's like in bed. You know, he's totally hairless, and his legs are like in a V. And he's kind of like shat on himself. He's like kind of playing with it, like he doesn't quite understand what it is. You know?
Yeah.
That's like one scene that comes to me.
I picture him being in and out of that sort of thing where he knows that he knows that he's like way better looking than he ever was.
Yeah.
But he's also like he sees a Tonka truck and he just has to play. You know what I mean? Like he sees like a McDonald's. And he's like, oh my God, there's a McDonald's. I got to get McDonald's. I want to have a big day. I want to eat the McDonald's.
Yeah, I want to get like a bunch of. He's just drinking. He comes home with just like 5 gallons of milk and just drinks it all day.
Yeah, but he's huge. He's like a he's like a really fit guy.
He's like, I'm cold, and he just rips an air conditioner out of the window and just throws it against the wall.
Yeah, and then he's just sort of sits there and holding it, and he's like drooling.
I think it'd be cool if there's a confrontation scene where he he confronts the guy and he wants revenge and he's like yelling at him, but he also has a whole bunch of like ice cream all over his face. Yeah. You know,
the guy
like a sucker stuck in his hair.
His friend, big confrontation. He confronts his friend. His friend's like, "Why are you doing this? Why did you ruin my life? Why are you doing this?" And yes, good. His face, his cheeks are all flushed because he's like in a hyperactive state. He has chocolate all over him. He's sweaty, and he's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? He keeps saying, I don't know over and over again, and like hitting his head.
Yeah, he's like a teenager.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
He's like he's got enough going on in the brain where he has like a plan. Like his plan, like he talks to his friend and he's like, "Hey, I'm in town. I want to see you guys." And his friend is like, "Well, I work, 9 to 5. So if you want to come over afterwards, like, I'd love to have dinner with you. You can even stay over." And then I just show up at like 9 a.m., 9:05, because I know it's just the wife and the kid. And I start off really like smooth. I'm like, she sees me. She doesn't know me, but she knows the story. And she's immediately attracted to me. And I see the baby and I'm just like, oh, like I'm fighting, like talking to this woman or just like playing really hard with this baby. And I just decide, fuck it. I'm gonna go and play with this baby for the next couple hours.
The baby's banging on like a toy piano that plays like little sound bits like A B C D A B C D. I love you. You know what I mean?
And
she's talking to him. She has her hands like all up and down his chest and stuff like that. And they're making out. He keeps looking over his shoulder and seeing that toy. You know what I mean? And he's struggling to focus. He's torn between these two worlds.
I'm seeing myself as a baby playing. And then I'm also seeing my face taking shrapnel. Like I'm just going back and forth between just baby mode and war mode.
Yeah.
And ultimately I choose baby mode.
Yeah, you push her out of the way, run over to that thing, and just start hitting it. And
and it's just me laughing. And the kid. And I can't even. I'm not even looking at this woman at all. Eventually, she's like, "I'm gonna put the baby down for a little nap."
She's still cool with you.
And I'm just like, but I kind of still want to play a little bit. So it's
a baby's voice.
If at some point you ended up choking on like grapes or something, some other kind of choking hazard,
small balloon.
Frozen
and they had to
grapes.
take you, small toy, and they had to take you to urgent care.
That's where the resolution comes in. He saves you. He saves your life, and
yeah, but there's his wife.
You live
tells him she's like there's moments where he's like a normal guy. He's like he's almost aggressively hitting on me at sometimes, and then sometimes he's just pure baby mode.
Yeah.
So like just a massive erection.
You're totally hairless.
Sorry, you're taking a nap, and they come in and they see that you're sleeping on your stomach instead of your back. And so they come and you flip you over so you don't have SIDS.
Eventually, it was like
they save your life
kind of
from
figures
getting
out
SIDS.
what's going on.
Yeah.
And because I'm just in between both worlds, and he knows that I'm really took a lot of shrapnel to the head, that he just asks her if he's like, what, what do you like, John, what do you want? Like, why are you want to be friends, or do you need something? And I tell him, there's part of me that's just like, I want anal sex with your wife, so you have to live with it. And then I'm just like, you know what? Like, I just want to come over every day and play with the kid. And that's all that happens.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Eventually that kid's going to get older though,
Sweet.
Right.
Yeah. He's gonna get older, and if you fuck with his dad, he's gonna want revenge.
44 years old.
He gets older, and he looks back and there's pictures of you guys with like spaghetti all over your face, finger painting with like.
What are your guys' podcast goals?
And you're both naked.
Podcast goals?
Yeah. Do you guys ever take the time to write these down?
No, I'm trying. I think I've reached a thing where I want to do it.
No, I'm just trying to play it
almost
week by
every
week,
time where I was
it's
like,
too late.
I can't do it.
John, it's too late.
No, I'll go solo if I have to.
No, you won't, dude. You signed stuff. We'll sue you into the fucking Stone Age.
No, I want to keep doing it. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, okay.
You know what I like doing? I like thinking about coming up with the
thinking about it,
spending the whole week thinking about it over and over again.
I can't stop thinking about the corn. Every
thinking
time
about
I
funny
look
stuff
at the
that happens
corn now, I just think of John
in my fantasy.
Corn.
It gives my life
Corn
purpose.
Is so good. Corn. Corn.
That was
so good.
So
corn.
fun to
you
think
said it
about.
so much that like lost meaning. The word
it's like you said it so many times that you when you say a word so much you don't even recognize the word anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's not a real word.
I forgot to say that. Like this guy's obsessed with the corn. He keeps fixating on the corn. It's just a distraction. I just realized that.
Yeah.
He's just it's a red herring.
Yeah,
all the corn. This guy's an absolute natural born